Welcome to ShadowMeTarot. We have another unboxing today. I haven't done one of these in a while, or at least not on time like when the deck came out. But today, this deck came out yesterday. It is the, and I actually already opened it. I'm sorry. It didn't record when I pulled it out of the envelope the first time, so here we go. But this is this is the Tree of Life Oracle by David Wells. The artwork is by Roberta Orpwood. And it's a 44 card deck, and it's based on the Tree of Life. And it says, drawing on the mystic tradition of Kabbalah, this oracle will help you learn more about the nature of the universe and yourself, connecting you with your soul to fulfill your purpose. The Tree of Life is rich with symbolism, and these symbols from astrology, tarot, and ancient alchemy are reproduced throughout the cards. These mystical cards use these mystical cards to gain a greater understanding of the path ahead. All right. And just says a little blurb there about the artist and the author. And then this is by Hay House. So it's just standard kind of oracle sized cards. Yeah, they're decent deck. They're Hay House. All right, we've got David Wells. So what I love about this Tree of Life is that so much of the tarot is based on the Kabbalah as well. So I'd like adding this kind of layer to my knowledge so that I can, read my tarot cards, even more accurately. I'm so tempted to just read this whole book because there's too much though. Like, I'm looking at it now and I'm like, yeah, there's too much for each card. But let's go ahead and read some of this. I'm going to read the introduction just because the Tree of Life it's complex. It's just like astrology, right? And I'm learning it, so we'll learn this together. Okay, so this deck is a way for you to allow the wisdom of the Kabbalah to come into your life quickly and easily through prompts, images, astrological symbolism, myths, and tarot references, to name but a few. Whether you want to work with the Kabbalah as a way of expanding your awareness, or you've simply been drawn to these beautiful cards, know that what is offered here are leaves from the Tree of Life, the symbol that sits at the heart of the Kabbalah, and for all intents and purposes is the core of this deck. If you choose to go deeper into the magic this deck offers you, your personal Tree of Life will awaken, begin to blossom, and bear fruit that is not forbidden but encouraged. Take as big or as little a bite as you desire. What is Kabbalah? First, let's check the spelling. It comes directly from the Hebrew QBL, receive or obtain. Kabbalah is the same but different as is Kabbalah. Okay, they're just talking about the spellings, whether it's with a K or a C. I don't know why is this important? Okay. The offer okay, so they're just saying that Kabbalah and the different spellings are confusing and off-putting. It says, in my humble opinion, it's not trying to put you off. It's asking if you're truly ready to receive, to reclaim wisdom that is so powerful, could encourage you to be free-thinking, independent being. Where does Kabbalah come from? This is the Q spelling that he's using. Do you need to know its history? Truth is, you don't. But I'm telling you some of it here because some folks feel the need to know. I did and still seek more, but if you don't need to know, that's okay too. I could skip all this nonsense. All right, let's go to where he explains something. Okay, the origins of the Kabbalah are uncertain. Nobody can say with any certainty. I have heard it comes from ancient Egypt and Atlantis, that it was handed to humanity by various angels, and also because its central symbol is a tree, it's about the fall from grace of Adam and Eve and the bringing forward of knowledge from the Tree of Life. Adam taught Noah, after all, who taught Abraham, and so it goes on to David, Solomon, Daniel, and Ezekiel, ending up here. Wow, that's quite a journey. However it began, I very much doubt that it started in the form in which it's presented here. It has evolved, it is evolving, and it's based on the Old Testament. I don't know. This is too much. I'm really put off by the author. I am really put off by the author. All right, if we're skipping the rest of that introduction, I didn't like it. The Tree of Life. On the first look, which is this guy here. You can see it's like lining up all of the energy centers, right? It's just like here you got like the root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus, heart, throat, and crown. So this is very similar in that respect. We've got even color associations like that as well. But it is different. Okay. The tree of life looks complicated, but like all things, if you start at the beginning, things get easier depending on the energy you put in. Energy is everything. Let's begin there. The tree is a diagram of energy, a way of showing and applying symbols that will stimulate conversations, both inner and outer, a way of helping you read messages from your subconscious, your inner being, source, however you want to categorize it. There are many things I personally love about the tree of life, but one of the main things is it's a great way to organize yourself when it comes to spiritual training. There is a well-laid plan for you to follow, and you really should if you want to make the most of it. I see so many folks jumping from this workshop to that, from this concept to that, and back again, depending on what's trending on social media or what some celeb is getting up to. But we all know that a well thought out plan is just easier to follow. It also produces better results. And while I'm on, I feel like this is AI content. And while I'm on a soapbox, I'm yet to hear of an amazing spiritual system, concept, or marketing push that isn't already on the tree of life. Yes, I know we said tree of life, but it's needed. I do not like the commentary of this author at all. I'm not in the mood for it, I think is what it is. Sorry guys. All right, so we're going to just start with the Sephiroth. Yeah, I don't like the commentary. Okay, so the Sephiroth, we begin with the 10 ideas. They're the circles you see in the tree of life. They're called, okay, so the circles are called Sephiroth, plural Sephira, singular. So Sephiroth all together, Sephira singular, one at a time. Above them is a place of no thing, which is up here, I guess. The 0 point called Ein Sophar, which I think is so funny. It's spelled AINSOPHAUR. And I hear people say insofar all the time, but we say INSOFAR. Anyways. That's interesting. So it says there are 11 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there's 11 of these little circles called Sephiroth or Sephira individually. And he's got this stupid commentary in here again. It's almost like he's selling the content. Anyways. So O, or the 0, where is it? Insofar means not yet manifested, all that will be. And I guess that's right here. I guess that's above all of the dots. It's not a dot. Kether is the crown. And it's the source. It's the point of attainment. And I feel like this actually, just knowing what the Sephiroth is, like these little circles are the Sephiroth, knowing the position of each of these is probably the meat of knowing the tree of life. So I am going to read this all the way through. It's only a couple of pages because it goes over the life paths, because each of these lines are a life path as well, which is kind of where we get the journey or the 22 cards of the major arcana. So I'm just kind of looking through how many pages I think I'm going to read most of these 26 pages, but I'm guessing that half of it is this guy's commentary. So I'm going to skip commentary because I don't want to read it. Okay. Since I'm spontaneously going to be here for a minute, I had to get a chair. Okay. So let's kind of just take a look at this, because this is the tree of life. This is the most important thing. And so before I kind of go into the cards, I want to, at least for myself, learn some of this. So basically anything that's not in this is the insofar. I can't believe it. It's insofar. Yet it's not yet manifested. So that's what's behind here. The Kether is the crown. And it's the source point. Attainment, it's white. Then you have the Shakomon, which is, and it's showing me this in the book. That's why I'm able to identify it here. But this is the Shakomon. This is the Bina, or Shakomon means wisdom. So here we've got the crown, basically where source enters your body. Then you've got the Shokma or Chakma. I don't know. It's wisdom, and it's basically inspiration, spark, the divine masculine, and it's gray. And then you have 3, which is Bina, which is understanding. So wisdom and understanding are at the top here. And it's like the very first thing below, like source energy coming into your body, right? The crown. So the Bina is understanding, and it represents silence, awareness, the divine feminine, and it's black. So we've got the black and the white, or the black and the gray for the divine masculine and the divine feminine. So that resides in the upper part of the body, because we're showing it here near the head, like around the mouth, between like the third eye, I guess, and the ears or the mouth. Yeah. Okay. The next one, 4, is Chesed, and Chesed is here. And I think that's a symbol for Jupiter. These are different astrological things as well. So we can see that that's layered into the meanings here. But the Chesed here is mercy. And it's abundance, gratitude, big ideas. It's blue. And then we've got the red here, which is the Gabura, severity. So it's might, discipline, karma, and red. So it's almost like good guy, bad guy, right? And Jupiter, I think, really is represented by kindness. So I think that's interesting that they have Jupiter represented on for it, and that it's abundance, gratitude, big ideas and stuff. I don't know. I think that's interesting. So then the next one is the Tiphareth, which is in the center here, which is around like your heart and your solar plexus, I want to say. And that one is balance, sacrifice, and joy. And it's represented by gold. So I would almost say that this is like your solar plexus chakra. And it means, joy, balance, sacrifice, and joy. And then 7 is probably this one, which is Netzach. It means victory, and it's hope, love, art, and it's green. And green is associated with the heart chakra. This is the left hand. What I think is interesting, and I don't know that it's true, so I'm just throwing it out there, just kind of whatever. You guys, if you know more about this, definitely comment. But somebody used to tell me that they put the your married ring on the left hand because there's a vein that goes right to your heart or something like that, which isn't true. There's a vein in both hands that goes directly to your heart. But it makes sense if the left side, this Netzach or victory, which is hope, love, art, and green, kind of makes me feel like, oh, maybe that's what it is. It's the energy from on the left side of the body that supports like a union with heart and love. Okay, anyways, that was just a thing. That's me thing. So that's Netzach or victory, and that's the green one. Hope, love, art. And then we have Hod, which is splendor, which feels like the color, it's a sacral chakra, right? And to me, when I think of sacral chakra, I think of desire. So this one says splendor, and it says determination, communication, initiative, and it's orange. And then 9 is Yesod, which is your foundation, which is like the root chakra. This one is silver or purple. It's foundation is root chakra, but the placement of this is kind of more like sacral, kind of, because I don't know if that's under her feet or under her body or at the base of her spine. You know what I'm saying? Or there's no he or she there, but this person. All right, so Yesod is foundation, birth cycles, intuition, or birth cycles and intuition. And then the 10th one down here is Malkuth, which means kingdom. It's earth, manifestation, being here and now. And it's yellow, red, blue, and green. And I think that this is the opposing of the no zero. Is that right? No, I'm sorry, of the crown, right? So there's a space at the top of our body that connects us to source, and there's a space at the base of our body or underneath our body that connects us to the earth. And then below all of this is the Doth, which is knowledge, the abyss, secrets, lessons yet to be realized. So that's kind of like the space of the tree of life. So what I'm recognizing immediately is that the tree of life is not just these circles. It is also the space above the circles and the space below the circles. Imagine these spheres as powerhouses producing energy and pushing it along the paths that connect them, which means there's a kind of mix as the energies meet and mingle mid-path. Now you see the symbol coming to life, each path and Sephira sending color and light around the tree of life. How beautiful is that? The paths. Imagine the paths, all 22 of them, which it corresponds directly to the to the major arcana of the tarot. Imagine the paths, all 22 of them, as deeper and possibly more personal experiences, chances to get into the things we all want to excel at. Sometimes we get a little lost along the way, so the paths are there to help bring the understanding and wisdom to effect. Change through knowledge and experience. So each one of these white lines is a path. And there's 22 of them, and I imagine, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I don't know. There's 22 of them. I was going to try and count them all because I wanted to know if they go in different directions, right? If they go both directions, but I think I got to too many of them to have them go in both directions. Okay. You'll notice the paths are, okay, wait. Sometimes we get lost along the way, so the paths are there to help bring us the understanding and wisdom to effect change through knowledge and experience. You'll notice the paths are similar. Sisters, not twins, to the major arcana in tarot. And, full disclosure, the Sephiroth are planets. Some paths are planetary too, as well as astrological signs. Can we pause a moment to remember that everything is on the tree of life? You'll find gods and goddesses too, along with elemental beings, angels, and archangels, gems, incenses, colors, even your favorite biscuit, if you want to look. Everything. Which is kind of the similar in the sense of the tarot, like the human experience, the story can unfold within the pictures of the major arcana. Back to those paths. When using the cards, they will be the details of your discoveries, whereas the Sephiroth, which are the circles, will be the bigger pictures, the energetic vibes. The paths are numbered from 11 to 22. What happened to 1 to 10, you may ask? Then you realize those are the Sephiroth. Okay, so all right, so half of the lines are lines, and the other half of the life paths are the circles. So the first 10 are the circles, and then 11 to 22 are the lines in between them. Okay, so I had it wrong before counting. From the Fool to the World, the paths support the tree and hold the Sephiroth in place, without one of them being more important than any other, and not one of them feeling as if it is doing all the work. Perfect. But this is not a Kabbalah book, nor a Tree of Life compendium. So I need to draw a line and move on to how you can work with the cards. How about like keep that to yourself and just like not make me read that part? Why does this author care? Sorry. I'm being too impatient. I'm sorry, you guys. All right. How to use your Tree of Life Oracle cards. Any way you see fit. If you already have a way of using Oracle cards, use that. All right. Let's see. Look at the cards. Okay. The deck explained. It has 44 cards. Each card represents a section or shape on the tree of life, and all are brought to life through myth and legend, symbology, color, and the insanely beautiful magic that Roberta has woven into the images, which is the artist. 11 magical forces. You can't help but see the triangles and the columns on the tree of life, and these most basic of shapes are central to fully integrating the power of the tree. They will also help in your interpretations as you begin to see which cards stack not only in columns, but also in support across the tree. For sacred geometry lovers, it's a great way to bring more depth to your readings and Kabbalah connection. The elemental cards depict the 4 elements. Air is the mind, intellect, and communication. Fire, creativity, spiritual drive, forward motion. Water is emotions, intuition, nurturing. Earth is practical matters, money, growth. So the 11th Sephiroth, that is, okay, these cards represent the fears, and that must be a section up here of, yeah. Oopsies. Nope. We'll just read it. Sorry, guys. Okay, so the 11th Sephiroth, these cards represent the sphere on the tree. Those balls of energy that play host to the temples, angelics, gods and goddesses, animals, and so on. These cards are indicators of bigger energies in your life. When they come up, think about how they are physically showing up in your life and where you could direct the energy to manifest your own power for change. If you're familiar with astrology, think of them as planetary energy. You'll see the glyphs for the planets on the cards, which could help you use them alongside your astrological chart. For tarot lovers, each numbered sephira relates to the number in the minor arcana. For example, the first sephira is Kether, number 1, or the aces in tarot. 22 paths. As we've seen, the paths are the branches of the tree. The structure that supports the Sephiroth and run the energy between them. They are those everyday questions and conundrums we come up against. There are also ways of addressing those and navigating that external climb. If you're a tarot fan, you'll recognize the major arcana in the images on these cards. Astrologically, the signs and planets are attached to them, just as they are in many tarot decks. Then it goes on to about bonding with your cards, reading your cards. They do a Tree of Life spread. Maybe we can do that at the end, and I'll just put that like a bookmark in here or something. I'll just put it there. All right, so well, hopefully there's more information on the actual cards themselves. For this first card, the Tree of Life, it shows the essential organizing system of the Kabbalah, the map, if you like. The Sephiroth and paths hold one another in place. Take one away and the whole system would crumble. Features. The glyph for the Tree of Life often feels oddly familiar to those who have never seen it before. It's a geometric shape that holds all there was, all there is, and all there will be. Guidance. This card is bringing the map to your consciousness for a reason. And as with all maps, it can show you where you've been, where you are, where you're going, and how you get there. Take some time to consider the position you find yourself in. Ask where you want to be and which experience or path will get you there. Being fully present with the choices you make is something that brings magic of its own. You cannot take control of your life without it. You are your own tree. Acknowledge the way this form vibrates within you, and as you do, you can bring your physical, emotional, and spiritual being into alignment. Understand what is no longer serving you and adjust. There could be issues of support or lack of it in your life right now. Look at the image and ask where that lack comes from, what personality or soul archetype is in play, and how best to address it. And then it has this part, activate, because I'm just kind of reading the book here. So this is just for the card. So we've got the Tree of Life, and then this is the keywords that are on the card itself. But here it says activate. Imagine you have this symbol behind you. Feel it on your body and move your mind through the spheres. Sense which feel comfortable, which feel out of sorts, which you're drawn to, which you're reluctant to spend more time with. Ask yourself why. Study, meditate, follow your intuition, get to know your own tree. So this feels very much like meditating on your chakras, right? So it's just kind of getting to know each one of these and seeing if you can visualize the colors in each one of these energy centers, I guess on your back is what they're suggesting. And then, you know, meditating on them to clear those blockages. Let's get to these cards finally. It's only been too long, 25 minutes. Sorry, guys. All right, so the Tree of Life, map, support, and connection. Then we've got the middle pillar, which is everything down the center here, which is backbone, balance, the middle way. Almost feels like compromise. The pillar of severity, severity, courage, and form. And this would be the right side of your body, right? So the right side of your body is the one that, like, I guess, puts out punishment or courage or creates, maybe causes form. I don't know. Here's the pillar of mercy, which is on the left side, which is grace, peace, and love. Then there's the spiritual triangle, which is this right here. Divinity, creation, manifestation. And actually, I'm going to name those just so I'm getting more familiar with them as well. So the Kether, the Bana, or actually it's the Kether, the Shakma, and the Bina that make up the spiritual triangle of divinity, creation, and manifestation. Then they have the soul triangle, which is mystical, soul-led harmony, and that covers the Da, which is like a center, like an invisible circle here. Oh, it's the knowledge. This is knowledge right here. This space in between is knowledge. So this triangle splits through that. It's the Dath, the Chesed, and the Gebura are the ones that this one kind of cuts through. I'm trying to find the meanings for these three here. This one is like, I just remember it now as kindness, even though it's mercy. This is severity. And then this is beauty. So it's almost like a balance, right? Then we have the next one. So that's the soul triangle. And then we have the personality triangle, personality, nature, and mindfulness. And that encompasses the Netzach, which is victory, the Had, which is splendor, and the Yesod, which is the foundation. Oh, and then that's all of it. Okay, so then we have the element of air, thoughts, mind, and communication. The element of fire, passion, enthusiasm, creation. The element of water, intuition, emotions, love. The element of earth, practical, grounded, determined. Kether, the crowned, source point or attainment, or source point attainment. The Shakma, which is wisdom, inspiration, spark, the divine masculine. Bana, understanding, silence, awareness, the divine feminine. Chesed, mercy, abundance, gratitude, big ideas. Gebura, severity, might, discipline, karma. Tipareth, beauty, balance, sacrifice, joy. Netzach, victory, hope, love, and art. Had is splendor, determination, communication, initiative. Yesod, foundation, birth, cycles, intuition. 10, Malkuth, kingdom. Earth, manifestation, being here and now. Doth is knowledge. Abyss, secrets, lessons yet to be realized. 11th path is the Fool. Leap of faith, freedom, and trust. And she uses elements of the Fool card, of the Fool tarot card. So that's cool. Then we've got the 12th path is the Magician. Magic, divine mind, intent. The 13th path is the High Priestess. True knowledge, peace, and inner light. And they've maintained the dark and the light for the High Priestess card. Maybe I should pull out a deck of cards just so you guys can see these a little bit as I'm going through them. Oopsies. Let's do this. All right. Now you can kind of do a side-by-side comparison, how she's using elements of the tarot in this oracle deck to describe the tree of life. Okay, so the 11th path is the Fool, and the 11th path, I believe, is right here. So we're going to use this as well. So the 11th path is the line from here to here. So it's from the Kether to the Shakama. And the Magician is from the Kether to the Bina. And the Empress is from the Bina to the Shakaman. So you've got this path that we went over earlier, which is like the, what is it? The spiritual triangle is the Fool, the Magician, and the Empress together. See how kind of you can get pulls from like these different oracle decks like this that kind of focus on something? I think this is going to be a great learning deck for me. Anyway, so here's the Fool card. Leap of faith, trust. I'm going to leave this out. Flip this over. There we go. All right, so we've got the 12th path is the Magician. You can kind of see some of the similar elements that we have here. The 13th path is the High Priestess, and we've got those pillars that I was kind of talking about. And I do believe that the B and the J both are words that are in that are Hebrew, but I don't know what they mean. I know one is like Baez, B-A-E-Z or something like that. Then we have the 14th path, the Empress, creative endeavor, nurturing, fertility. And then we have the 15th path is the Emperor, initiative, authority, and leadership. The 16th path is the Hierophant. Okay, so it's kind of dawning on me what these paths are. As we look at the tree of life, I feel like as you master each one of these things, like as we're growing up and we kind of like learn and discover each part of these, the journey is how we use them together. That's just kind of like, I don't know. That's just kind of my pull out of the ether, I guess. I don't know. That'll be one of the ways that I'm thinking about these cards. Okay, so the 16th path is the Hierophant, which is loyalty, kindness, and guidance. The 17th path is the Lovers, humor, choices, and intelligence. I really do kind of like the major arcana definitions she's got here. There's some different ones that I might add to my own repertoire of keywords. But loyalty, kindness, and guidance. Guidance, yes, but loyalty and kindness are not things that I necessarily associate with that image, right? Because I got my own, like, everybody has their church thing, I guess, and their different perspectives. But I like this as being a loyalty card. I don't have like a card that I kind of show loyalty in my tarot decks right now. So I like that as a new take on this particular card. All right, the path, 17th path is the Lovers, humor, choices, and intelligence. And then the 18th path is the Chariot, determination, discipline, concentration. The 19th path is strength or lust. Ooh. Defending the weak or peacekeeping and sincerity. I never thought of the lust or the strength card as a lust card, but I think I have heard that before. It's just not, maybe I get to add that now. All right. The 20th path is the Hermit, spiritual guidance, commitment, away shower. The 21st path is the Wheel of Fortune, fortune quest, abundance. The 22nd path is the Justice card, it means adjustment, karmic adjustment, balance, objectivity. The 23rd path is the Hanged Man, tolerance, new perspective, life purpose. The 24th path is the Death card, grief, rebirth, transformation. The 25th path is art or temperance, self-sufficiency, boldness, and devotion. The 26th path, the Devil, truth, illusion, trust. The 27th path is the Tower, courage, faith, fighting spirit. The 28th path is the Star, hope, inspiration, dreams. The 29th path is the Moon, evolution, simplicity, the animal kingdom. The 30th path, the Sun, purpose, vision, self-mastery. The 31st path is Judgment or Aeon, fortitude, renewal, truths revealed. The 32nd path, the World, universe, independence, facing fears, and self-discipline. And that's the end of that card deck. So we'll go ahead and do the interview in just a second. All right, so let's give these guys a shuffle. And they're great cardstock. I mean, they're great. I'm like, what is it similar to? Any of these Hay House ones. Easy to shuffle. I'm finding I like to side shuffle or cards better. Seems easier for me. All right. What personality does this deck have? What is the personality of this deck? What is the personality of this deck? The element of air. Thoughts, mind, and communication. Okay, so thought-provoking. What is your strength? That's a lot. It says the path, worldwide, independence, facing fears, and self-discipline. So it's going to be thought-provoking. So independence, facing fears, self-discipline, practical, grounded, determined, and abyss, secrets, lessons yet to be realized. I just feel like we'll go ahead and read it all together, but those are great strengths, right? Fostering, your own independence, facing your fears, disciplining I would imagine your thoughts, because this is an air element that we're kind of, and staying grounded in reality, and maybe even helping you to realize some of that secret knowledge, like the lessons that we all come here to learn. and grow as a spirit. What is your weakness? What is your weakness? What is this card deck's weakness? I'm going to take that one just because it's there. So it says karmic adjustment, balance, and objectivity. Maybe it just can't deal with... okay, so the Justice card to me is always head over heart. I think its weakness is going to be its objectivity. I feel like this is it's a less emotional deck, so I don't feel like it's going to tap into emotion. I think it's just going to give you more of an objective kind of point of view. How will you help me to grow? I mean, for an emotional person, that would help me grow a lot, to be more objective, right? Less reactive or emotional. All right, let's see. How will you help me to grow? Here we go. Ooh, the middle pillar, by giving me a backbone, helping me come into balance, and finding a middle ground, right? So I'm trying to think of, like, it almost feels like middle ground to me feels like where you don't have an attachment to any kind of outcome, right? Like, I don't know. I don't know how to... I don't know, like if you stub your toe in the morning, if you have an attachment to, like, that ruined my whole day versus, okay, I can go on. That sucked, but I'm going to go on and I'm not going to let it ruin my day. It's kind of how I feel. It's like more, it's like a less of a pendulum kind of a thing that I'm feeling there. So yeah, I think the whole purpose is, at least for me, because I'm not so emotional, because I'm so emotional, for this to kind of make me think through things or give me a more thoughtful perspective versus a heartfelt perspective, it'll definitely help me come into balance. Okay, when should I call on you for guidance? When should I call on you for guidance? Oh, we flipped one over here. When I need grace, peace, and love. And I almost feel like that's self-acceptance. Is when I'm having trouble accepting myself, that I'm going to need kind of grace, peace, or love, or any shift in perspective that might need a thoughtful way to get to grace and peace and love. Let's see. What's the best way to work with you? And all of these cards popped out, so we're going to read them all. The best way to work with you is the Hangman, tolerance, getting a new perspective on, and kind of like questioning your life purpose, I guess. How I'm going to read this, it says, I really kind of feel like this is the loyalty to self and your own life purpose. I think this deck is about kindness to yourself, self-acceptance. I feel like it is a path to inner peace, to receive your own spiritual guidance. It is a commitment to self. I feel like the best way to work with this deck is being committed to your own self and your own life purpose, and kind of, I guess, following the path you're meant to follow. All right, let's see. What will our relationship be like? All right, let's see. Our relationship will be like the High Priestess, true knowledge, peace, inner light, and the Star. hope, inspiration, and dreams. I feel like this is a good tool for a path of enlightenment, because enlightenment is kind of like, you don't have to get too attached to any particular outcome, or I don't know. I'm looking forward to working with this this deck for sure. I do definitely feel like this is I just keep the words that keep coming to mind for me are thoughtful. This is a thoughtful deck, rather than, it's a deck to maybe consider your emotions and think about your emotions rather than feeling them as much. I don't know. But I am looking for it because it does feel kind of like a very swords deck. Yeah, you guys will have to let me know what you think of this deck. You'll definitely have to let me know what you guys think of this deck. But this is the Tree of Life Oracle by David Wells. I'm not fond of the the commentary and the content, but it has actually some pretty good information that I think will be super helpful in learning the principles of the Tree of Life and applying it to my own readings. So yeah, fun. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful, blessed day, and I look forward to seeing y'all again. Take care.